Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Reechithra from Exemplar Healthcare. Today I'm here to talk about marital relationships. 5 effective ways wherein you can improve your relationship with your spouse. Because marital relationship is the most important relationship in a person's life. It is the core, or it is a building rock in which a person can grow and develop, both professionally as well as personally. You can have all these. You can have a very good professional life. You can have a very good personal life. You can adopt children. You can raise them beautifully. All this can happen even if you don't have a family. But these things will never happen if you are coming from a crappy family. Because nothing beautiful will happen if you are coming from a crappy family. So it is important that you maintain a good relationship with your spouse, because family is the root in which you as a tree can grow and develop. I have seen many couples in my personal life as well as in my professional life. People who were madly in love, for 3 years, for 5 years, for 10 years, and finally, when they get married, thing changes. The person that you are in love with all throughout these years suddenly become unattractive. Suddenly you started seeing faults in him. You start fighting, the name callings, the blamings. Finally, you end up in making each other's lives a hell, and finally you may get in divorce. So why does this happen? This happens because you have not understood the person. You have not known the person in the real life setting. How the person behaves in home, especially around your mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, neighbors, all these things differs. Also, the things about the person. He may be the well-behaved, well-decent, caring, compassionate guy outside the home, but inside the home, things would be different. How he dresses, how he smells, how he put his shoes, how much time he spends in the bathroom, how less time he spends in the kitchen, how clean he is after eating, how much attention he gives you inside the home. All these things changes, in the home environment, in the real life environment. So that is where your dream of the person shatters. The romantic idea about the person shatters. You may have seen rose flowers, because rose flowers will be very beautiful in a flashy way, in a aesthetically made bouquet. But in reality, the rose does not belong there. It does not belong in the bouquet. It belongs in a very boring, very bushy, thorny plant. Okay, so you have to understand a person in a real life situation to understand and accept who he is or who she is. To do that, the most important thing that you have to do is definitely communication. When I say communication, it has to be verbally, in words, communicated to your partner without any emotional melodramas, without any name callings, without the stare or silent treatment or whatever. Because what you expect from your person, it has to be conveyed to other person to understand. What are the things that you are sensitive about? What are the things that you really, really care about? Because these are the core things wherein you have to convey to the partner. It doesn't matter, how long you are in a relationship or how long you are married to. Because these things has to be verbally told. Otherwise, the other person would not have a clue what are the things that you expect from him. What are the sensitive things because what are the things that you're sensitive about? What are the things that you care about? Because it has to be verbally communicated. So communication is the soul or the fuel in which every relationship runs. So make sure that you communicate to your partner effectively and in a very rational adult manner. The second most important factor in maintaining a marital relationship is definitely sexual life. Because sex is the most primitive feeling of a human being. Survival, sex and food, these are the most primitive factor or the primitive force in which the human drives. So most of the cribbing, most of the unsatisfaction, most of the complaining will automatically vanish off if you have a good sexual life. So like if you look into the sexual life, most of the times it is so boring, it will be so routine and it will be so boring. You just do it just because you have to do it, like rice and dal, you eat it because you are hungry. But once in a while, it is also important that you indulge in some fancy food like biryani, like spicy chicken noodles. Once in a while you spice up your sex life, indulge in some crazy fantasies, indulge in something out of ordinary, because it not just spice up your sex life but also help in maintaining a better relationship with your partner. The third factor in maintaining and improving a good marital relationship is vacation. Because everybody loves change, especially humans. a change in environment, a change in scenario will definitely helps to reboot yourself, to energize yourself, to have a better rapport with each other. Go out to a different place, to a different location, without a family, maybe without the kids also, because it is about rediscovering yourself, because it is about reinventing yourself. So it is important that you spend some quality time together all alone in a different location. It will not just reboot yourself, but it will also help in reinventing yourself. So do that. The fourth most important factor is definitely surprise, because everybody loves surprise. When I'm talking about surprise, I'm not talking about some exotic rings or very expensive gifts. No, not like that. Just compliment each other. Those things are very important. Little compliments, a little help in kitchen. Those kind of small kiss. Those things. A lovely romantic things that you can do at home. It just takes intent. It don't take any expensive. It don't takes money. It takes intent. Do that, because these things are needed, for reinforcing your love for each other, to rekindle that kind of love that you have fallen for, long back. Those things are very important in your personal space. And the fifth most important factor in a relationship is definitely self-love. It is important that you love yourself. It is important that you value yourself. Only then the others will start respecting you, start loving you and value you. So it is important that you rediscover yourself. Okay? Start loving yourself. For that, you have to do things that you really love, you really care about. Take time and make sure that you spend quality time with your friends, quality time with the nature, quality time with your family members. You go out and pamper yourself once in a while. Go to that salon and have a crazy haircut. So do things that you have to do to maintain a very healthy relationship, because that will determine your personal growth as well as your professional growth. Saying that, I also want to add that if you are in a very toxic, in a very abusive, in a very unhealthy relationship, it is also important that you step away from the relationship as early as possible, because it not just destroy you, it destroy your kids, your future, as well as the other person. So it is also important that you step away from a very toxic relationship. If that relationship is not happening, it is important that you take help, you seek help and step away from that relationship as early as possible. So saying that, I hope you really enjoy the section, and if you really do, you please comment us, you please message us, and you stay healthy and happy. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you.